It's been 1,000 years. How are you guys? It has been so long since I filmed a video. I have been so busy. For those of you who do not know, I have accepted a job to be a teacher, and I have been working full-time pretty much for the past month. And before that, I was substituting day to day as a special education teacher, which I am now in a full-time position for the time being doing that. And it has been so rewarding and amazing, but my work-life balance has been crap. I'm sitting out here on Mother's Day, enjoying the beautiful sun, and I'm gonna get into a book. I actually got this book from my wonderful friend Jessie from Reading with Jess for my birthday last year, so let's get into some reading. It's my favorite time of evening. It is golden hour. It's beautiful right now. I can hear all of the birds and the crickets and the planes overhead, and it's just so relaxing. I have my book. I have my Kindle, which I haven't decided what to read for this vlog for my second book, so that is still to be determined. But I'm just enjoying this beautiful Mother's Day with some relaxation. A lot of people thought that I quit YouTube, and I'll be honest with you, I thought about it because I don't know how people work full-time and have any other hobby. I legitimately have been working full-time and can barely keep my head above water. And so it's been like a real journey finding how to balance work and life and hobbies. But YouTube is something that I love and something that I miss. And so I just really wanted to come back to what made me happy. And I know that everyone's heard this story of how my YouTube journey got me through my grief period when I lost my dad. Having something to throw all of my energy into was so great for me. And if you hear my voice being weird again, I was yesterday screaming at Girls on the Run for my friend. And I'm feeling every second of that screaming. I decided to bring a salad to lunch from Olive Garden, and it is so soggy. It's pitiful. I'm really bummed. Anyway, hi, I did not finish the first book that I wanted to, but I did get to read a cozy that was so fun. Class Reunions Are Murder by Libby Klein. I flew through this cozy. It was so, so good. It had so much colorful writing. It was just an absolute joy. So I highly recommend picking it up. Basically, this girl named Poppy, she is a new widow. She receives this very weird letter from her ex-nemesis in high school to come to the graduation and all will be revealed. Reunion. And so she starts to wonder about it, what in the world is this about? And so her and her friend Sawyer, they end up going, and there's so many humorous moments, when she's looking for a dress to wear to the reunion, when she meets up with all of her friends, and it's literally like high school all over again. There's so many wonderful characters. There's a coach, there's an ex-cheerleading captain, all of the people, the popular people, all the people in place. She also has a very hilarious aunt that is being accused of losing her mind, and they're trying to put her into a home. There's so many funny things happening, and Like, it is just so much fun. I laughed out loud so much. There was one point where she was wondering what she could do to like not go to the class reunion, and she was like, maybe I can tell everyone I have terminal acne. It was so funny. I laughed so hard. So basically they're at the reunion, and the head cheerleader, when they were in high school, who bullied them, they end up finding her dead in front of Poppy, the main character's locker, her old locker back in the day. And obviously everyone is like framing her, and she's set up for failure, and so they actually take her to jail. There are so many fun moments in this book. When it wraps up so neat and quirky at the very end, so I highly recommend this read. It was so much fun. My little countdown for school. 9 days of school left. And yes, I drew the bluey. My husband sent me balloons to work to embarrass me. No, it's not my birthday. Look at this. It says, hooray, it's your day. I'm at the pool, and I'm going to be listening to my audiobook the entire time. So my mount broke, which I was using all the time, and I definitely need to get a new one. I literally got mine at Five Below, which explains why it broke, but like doesn't explain why I haven't replaced it, because like it's $5. But I just have not had the time. As I've said in other videos, I've been working and I've been super busy, and it's just been crazy recently. But I loved Great Big Beautiful Life. Everybody has been so intimidated by it because they're like, well, it's not like an Emily Henry that we've read before, because the main plot is not romance, and that is true. The main plot is not romance, but when you go in knowing that, it is such a great experience. Like, you just love it because you feel like you're reading a Kristen Hanna, and it is just so much fun. What I love about this book is it follows a girl who is tracking down this old socialite that comes from old money. She is like a newspaper heiress and has all these connections and used to be like this huge celebrity. I would have likened her to like Marilyn Monroe or something. And she ends up tracking her down to do a cover story because she really wants to do like an expose on her life. She wants to explore like where she's been and different things like that. Well, then it starts turning into like more than that, and she's like, okay, well, maybe we can make like a book out of this. And so there are two people that this lady has been, you know, kind of like keeping the carrot, you know, like, oh, come and try to wow me with your talent and I might choose you. So she has two writers. One of the writers is so incredible. He's won a Pulitzer Prize. He's a very accomplished writer. And the other one is kind of just starting out in a way. She works for a kind of lower end newspaper company, but it's not even a newspaper company. It's like a columnist or like star, like I think it's called the Scratch, like the Daily Scratch or like the Scratch. Anyway, she works for a journaling company or something, to where she is also trying to get her next big break. And so she goes and she, you know, tracks this lady down. Well, the lady starts a contest and says, basically, I want both of you to stay for 1 month, and I want to see who I drive with and who I trust more. And so she puts both of the writers up with like amazing salaries to start with, and they start writing and having interviews with her. Well, pretty quickly on, they both realize that she's like lying to them. And everyone's like, well, why is she lying? Like, this is literally her idea. Like, why is she lying about certain things? And they're usually like things to do with her family, her father, her husband. So anyway, you start to find this like little breadcrumb trail of lies or things that don't add up. And so there's like a mystery element, a failed romance. The main character, his name is Alice, by the way, if I did not say that, but she is trying to kind of find her footing in life, in romance, and all of it. And suddenly things start to very quickly progress with Cillian, who is the writer. Things start to quickly progress with the male writer, who is the love interest in the book. Things progress emotionally and like intellectually more than anything. There are parts that you may really love because a lot of people are like, oh, it's insta love. Well, it's not insta love because there were definitely some things that interfered with the insta love trope. And so I really like that Emily Henry took her time with this, really let the characters breathe, really let the characters find themselves, really let the characters grow as people before things really kind of started to emerge. I don't want to give away any spoilers because I'm really bad at it, but let's just say it wraps up very nicely. It feels like a Kristen Hanna. It feels almost like historical fiction because you're going back and forth from modern time to back in the day, and you find out this mystery along the way that is just really unique. I think the entire book, honestly, is so cool. It's definitely for like book lovers, people who love journalism or books, like books about books. So that's kind of like where it's at, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like 100% the coolest. I gave it a 4-star because I will say, and everyone knows this, it is a little slow. There are parts that are kind of draggy, and I'm not even gonna lie. Like there are parts where I was like, okay, what are we talking about? But it like has enough charm and finesse to really keep you like wanting more. So I highly recommend. I gave it a 4-star. It honestly felt like reading a Kristen Hanna. Do it.